is going to play us a tune, and he's going to play. I'll let him tell us what he's going to play. But Lincoln, we were talking in the break about people not having the opportunity to, speak to people or communicate or connect with the outside world. They probably live on their own or whatever, and you give them some hope when you play music to them or play music for them to hear.
Yeah.
Now, let's hear a little bit of a tune, please.
Right.
What are you going to play?
Well, we talked at the start of the interview about the song "Fly Me to the Moon."
Yes.
So I'm going to play a little ditty. I know it's never perfect on Zoom, but we'll give it a go on my little chapel here.
Go. Yay! I'll give you a clap. Yay, that was great. Thank you. Thank you. And you looked like you were really enjoying that. It came across probably not perfect, but it came across really well. So thank you for sharing that. A little bit about where you see yourself in another few years, Lincoln.
Wow. Oh gosh, that's first of all, I'm a widower, so I've travelled for 20 years with my wife beside me, and so Lucy, Alice, and myself are we're in a new academic year from September. It's a new phase in our lives, so it's how do I step forward in the world without Mrs. Noel beside me, who completed me as a person. With her legacy and all the rest of it. I'm happy to just be what I've always been, a person who wants to play for the people. I think that in the last 12 months, I've learnt probably better than at any time in my life to have a lovely balance. I love playing the piano, but I also enjoy my time away from the piano. And I love being around music, but I don't have to be a participant. There are some people who are watching musicians and they're only thinking one thing: I've got to be up there. I love being entertained. I will buy a ticket and watch anybody, whether it's Elton John or Johnny Rotten or Magnus or Michael Jackson, or he's passed away. Watch a great Puccini opera, a fabulous West End show. I love being entertained and I love sport. So as long as I can enjoy the things that I love doing and still do the job that I do, the job being teaching people to play the piano and entertaining at various levels, be it weddings, which I've always done, parties, concerts, informal concerts, formal concerts, accompany great instrumentalists, choirs. As long as I can do all of those things, I'm happy. I've never done one thing. All my life, I've always played. I've always played lots of things. I mean, I played Fly Me to the Moon in a very jazzy way, but I love playing Bach. I love playing J.S. Bach. So as long as I can enjoy the range of music and life equally in equal measure and be balanced, then I'm happy. I'll do it till I'm 120. You know, I love watching Test cricket. I love watching rugby live. Um, I love watching football. I love watching athletics. I love watching equestrian sports. Um, and I love watching ballet, opera. I love watching rock music. So, you know, but then I love doing the job. Um, so I've given a very much longer. I know Ian's saying, "Boy, that guy can talk." I thought I'd struggle for 2 hours. He can talk. You know, we're coming to the end of the interview, and we've been chatting away like we're on a we're on a date in the pub, and we're just actually having a
It's no beer.
I'm on a conversation like this. I probably am sitting with a bottle of Scotch whiskey, and I because I drive so much, I don't drink much Scotch, which was the one thing I was able to do during lockdown. People said to me, "You must have hated lockdown." I loved lockdown because it meant that I could actually play the piano here and have a Scotch and not have to pack my gear up and drive. I was on an engagement a few days ago, and I got home at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I thought this was what I didn't miss in lockdown. I loved the playing, but the getting home at the early hours of the morning and packing it down. I love traveling. I love seeing the country. I want to see more of the world. I certainly want to get to Australia, and I want to get to the States. They're two countries I've never visited. I've been all over Southeast Asia and China, but I've never got to Australia and New Zealand. And I've got a huge family out there now. My
You
networking
have.
is everywhere, and I want to get out and meet my networking family. I've met my networking family in a lot of them in the UK. So there's a lot of things I want to do. I'm a greedy boy, but
No.
you know, life is to be embraced. I want to see more and learn and keep learning. The more you see, if you just stay in this spot, you don't grow. I want to see, and my children want to see.
Yeah, and that's what life's all about. It's all about learning. The day you die is when you stop learning. So, you know, it's meeting new people, learning about them, learning about what they do, where they live, the cultures, the food, whatever it may be. It's all a learning process. And I think we all have to be open to, we don't have to be, but it'd be great if we were all open to learning about people. And that's why I do what I do, because I have a platform here to share with people from across the world, to share their stories and let people listen and get a grasp of a different culture or what someone's doing and how they celebrate life and all those sorts of things. So I reckon it's magical. For me, it's magical. And creating a platform like this for people to share their stories is one of my passions.
Yeah. Well, Faye, thank you very much for getting me out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. For all my friends in Australia who are listening, I can tell you now that the sun is now streaming through the window. It was pitch black when we started. The sun is streaming through the window. Kevin hasn't yet gone to work. Mike has not yet pulled out of his drive, but they will any minute now. And it's a beautiful day. And I tell you what, if I could start the day with a 2-hour chat like this, I think I'd be set up every day because I actually feel invigorated. This is my writing time. I'll just say quickly, I hit 40 years of weddings in 2019 and intended to write a book. There's a pile of books here, which is the book that I started writing in June 2020, and 5 o'clock in the morning till 8 a.m. was my writing time for 90 days. And I didn't realize that I could fill more than 100 pages. I didn't realize that my life would take more than 100 pages. It's actually taken 2,600 pages, and I still haven't told the story. So I've got to get it all down. Obviously, there are extra chapters now because of my my networking life and my audience with the gorgeous Faye Waterman, and how I met Ian Kingwill and all the HMP, Ian and Helen. Ian's nothing without Helen, and the HMP family, and you know, and then condense it down so that it doesn't read like I don't know, the complete works of Shakespeare. Otherwise, you take it the rest of your life just to read my life. But you know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning has in my chaotic life, now that we are in real time once again, is actually the most beautiful time
It's a
to
great
write.
time of the day.
And maybe that's the reason why no, I always enjoy a chat. I mean, goodness me, I can talk for England, Scotland, Wales, Australia, India, Canada, Nigeria. But joking apart, it's been beautiful to chat without the complications of life going on out there, and that's the beautiful thing about talking between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's between 2 and 4 in the afternoon for you guys, but no, I've been thoroughly invigorated and inspired by all of it, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
That's my pleasure. Now I want to talk about your book. When do you intend on having your book finished, ready to publish?
Right, I'd like to think that by this time next year it's out there.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get it all down, get it out of my head and down. I'm writing it freehand.
Yeah.
Get it
Good
all
way
down.
to do it.
Yeah, by Christmas. And Andy and the team are. If there's one thing, I've got lots and lots of people, proofreaders and editors, and you know, the publishers are good to go. I know that it's a book that, you know, a man of colour that serves Middle England in every aspect. Is people want to know my journey. How did this man, whose parents met in Albert Street, who weren't musicians, how did he get to where he is? There's a fascination with the journey and the people that I meet, and I know it's a book that people want to read because they want to know how it happened. Because I'm forever being asked. I'm a guy who does what he does, who happens to be black. I'm not. What I do and what I play is not defined by my ethnicity. The ethnicity comes after. And I say that because I when I was playing, I was on the classical stage. I wasn't with the hip hop guys and the African poets. I do what I do, and then the ethnicity. I don't play what I play because of my ethnicity. There are a lot of people who do what they do driven by culture and ethnicity. I'm a guy. I'm a blank canvas, and I play whatever I'm asked to play for whoever I'm asked to play for. And the fact that I have that access in British society, which is so class driven, fascinates everyone. How did he get to Windsor Castle, or how did he come to be in front of the Queen? You know, how do you get from this point to that? And I talk about all that's what the book is about, and retain a sense of realism.
It started when you were 3 years old and your dad wanted to play the piano, but you overtook him.
Yeah. And he accepted. The thing is, I lost my dad in 1992, age 51, way too soon. I'm 57.
Yeah.
So with every year that I live, I think, wow, I'm living one more year than my father did. But my dad accepted the journey that my sister Gervis, who's an accountant, a chartered accountant in the City of London, and I took them on. and I have to thank my parents for allowing us to take that journey and to be taken with it. And they, they gave us permission. I think you have to, for success in life, you have to have permission. You have to give yourself permission, and other people have to give you permission. And I've been lucky to have both.
Yeah. Now, how can people get in contact with you? Because we're drawing to the end of the show.
Well, you told them that they should Google Lincoln Noel, which is good advice. For those who serve LinkedIn, I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I'm also very active on Facebook. I have an Instagram page, Tinkling Lincoln. No, Tinkling does not have a G, so Tinkling Lincoln without the G at gmail.com. You can get me there. You can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook and tell me how much you enjoyed the interview. Or, of course, you can go on Faye's page and tell her what an amazing presenter and interviewer she is and how gorgeous and fabulous she is. So do that, folks. And I may, bring myself up early in the morning and listen again, and you won't know I'm listening. But
no. And unless you send me a message, I mean, you must. I don't know who I've got on next week. I can't remember, but it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here on the show and to learn about you, because I've seen you in networking events and there was an interest there. You play the piano, you teach people, I can say all over the world, to play the piano, because you teach in Australia. You're in the UK, but you teach someone I know, son, the piano. And you may have another one in Australia soon. So, the technology gives us the opportunity to do and play whatever, wherever we want to. It's our choice. But thank you, Noel, Lincoln. Don't go anywhere. It is now time for the news. And then after the news, it is Monday Mash with Sam. I'm Faye Waterman. And this has been a conversation with Faye and Lincoln. Enjoy your week, keep safe, and go out and be creative and do whatever you want. Don't fear that you're going to mess up. Just do it and have fun doing it. Bye for now.